Okay, guys, welcome to a brand new episode of WrestleSlam, the podcast brought to you by Sports Matters, and we are proudly sponsored by Manscaped.com and the Macau Casino. Do check out the Manscaped 4.0 package. We have an offer, 20% off if you use that promo code WrestleSlam, so do check it out. I'm joined by the three, we are the three amigos, but listen, the two hottest agents in all of Wrestle podcast history, Phil Connolly and Matt Murphy. We have to congratulate Matt Murphy on a fantastic Cork marathon. Matt, tell us what was it like, my man? How's the legs at the moment?
Right, well, it's funny you saying that. The legs have gone, lads. I'm not being dramatic. The legs affect. I actually woke up. I went to a pub. With a friend of mine after the marathon, and literally every time we both got up, we felt like our knees were shocked. So it felt like right, I'm getting myself another. God. Same with just this morning. Woke up and I felt my knees like actually kind of killing me. So don't know if that's old age getting to me, lads, or just life as a professional athlete. But yeah. But the marathon itself, it was unreal. But like I think a lot of people who ran it will all say the same, that the weather was just not on our side.
Yeah. No, looked it. My knees are actually in agony from just watching it.
Yeah. And like I remember that there was a few times I had to walk it. So many few times. I didn't give up though, but I was like trying to motivate myself to keep running. And I think a lot of people said this is a bad choice. I was wearing the Motor Neuron Disease Association t-shirt, but it was cotton. So I had to wear like a shirt underneath it. So I was wearing 2 layers. It was bolting. I'm Irish. And I'm just looking back and I'm like, I don't know how I did it. But the highlight was, I said this to Phil earlier on, was once we got to Patrick Street, I ended up sprinting. And the crowd was like cheering and everything else like that. I was high-fiving a few kids, which just gave me motivation. And I no doubt I felt like I pulled like an Ultimate Warrior WrestleMania entrance. I was getting the crowd riled up. I was like, yeah. Just like I end up yelling. I don't know when that happened. But across the line, and I end up like ready just to fall on the floor. But the guide said, "You're gonna have to keep moving down the lines." So we all just walked down towards the full area, looking like we're just done. But we got the medal, got it proven. I won this wooden medal with a broken freaking neck because I'm carrying this medal all the time. What can I say? And I have the paying tribute to a certain fellow, great medal-winning wrestler, bald man. I'll give you a guess, but let's just say that I feel like a real cowboy. Yippee-ki-yay! But it was an experience just like last year. Everyone says, "Oh, it's a lovely weather to go for a run." Yeah, kind of wasn't. No one enjoyed it, but sure, look, there it is. So, and cheers for everyone who donated to that Motor Neuron Disease page on my I donate. Really appreciate it. That encouraged me even more. So I would encourage anyone to do the half marathon.
I'm gonna do it next year after. Jesus, after it's very inspirational. I want to climb the highest mountain in Ireland, and then I want to do.
You need 6 months to train in short. Well, I would anyway. I definitely would.
Yeah. Who knows?
Phil loves being the realistic man here. We just like talk about our expectations.
Like, when you know what's coming up in June, like that's your New Year's resolution is get in shape.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Cardio. It's cardio more than anything, you know.
Phil can run it.
I could if I put 6 months into doing cardio. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's a goal, definitely. But Matt Murphy, congratulations. You've done everyone at WrestleSlam proud and everyone in the wrestling community. So well done on that, that huge achievement. And that medal looks beautiful, bro. It looks beautiful.
Nice.
We might as well keep it Cork-based, guys. RCW, there was a big announcement today in regards to the Kino, and it looks as though RCW will no longer be at the Kino due to change of management. Now, what I will say is this is something that's happened for I suppose many years. There's always I think there's been change of hands maybe, or there's always been uncertainty in regards to the Kino. But it's fair to say the Kino it's the home of Cork wrestling. It's paved the way for so many great shows, over the years. And it's sad news like that possibly this Saturday, June 10th, will be the last show at the Kino. unless something changes down the road and they get back and there's new management and they want to go in that direction of bringing wrestling back. But it's sad news. And this Saturday, RCW, it returns to the Kino. It's billed to be the last show at the Kino, but that's, first of all, the lineup is absolutely fucking incredible. And
I was just going to say it, yeah.
They're continuous with announcements, and I reckon there's still going to be one or two more tomorrow and towards the week. But this lineup is extremely strong.
It's their strongest, I think.
Yeah,
as Phoenix, it's their strongest.
Yeah. We know obviously Charlie Sterling and Jake Clary, all the homegrown talent. The lineup is just incredible. But obviously today, guys, they announced, Matt, do you want to do the honors? They announced the guy that you look like. Obviously, he debuts at RCW this weekend, but this guy looks good. He's making a lot of noise at OTT in Dublin, and I think he's going to be huge this Saturday night at RCW.
Yeah, no. Then the Sem himself. He's a man of many words. What can I say? He's a man of many words. But I'm excited to see him. I never saw him actually perform in the ring. Never seen him at a live show. Yes. But every image I see him, I'm like, I want to meet this man. I don't know why, but I just want to meet this man. Have a good conversation with him. Again, he's a man of many words, and cannot wait to see what's in his box. I mean, do you think he's going to be facing off a certain other wrestler with who also carries a certain box with him around RCW? That's
well, there is an open challenge. There is an open challenge. We might see him appear at the open challenge. You might see him just be announced for a match on a night. But this is huge. This is huge. This guy's been billed as a massive star, and to have him in Cork will be an absolute honor.
Yeah. Again, he's all over the place around Ireland, and I'm buzzing to meet with him, buzzing to see him in the ring, and maybe you never know, might have him on the show.
Yeah, he will be, as you say, for all the people that are watching. We will be doing interviews, obviously, this Saturday at RCW. So if there's anyone you want us to interview, just make sure to leave a comment or send us an email at WrestleSlam@outlook.com, and we'll happily ask the questions. We're going to grab the lads prior to the show, after the show, but just let us know if there's any questions you want to ask, any of the stars on that lineup, and myself, Matt, and Phil will do so on the night. But yeah, it's as you say, look, guys, we were massive fans of RCW, and we're lucky to have all the exclusive content.
Yeah.
We obviously published the first look of the tag team championship belts, but Billy and the team have put in serious work here, and it's credit where it's due.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what as well? I think they have a plan though, because his post did seem to hint that they found an appropriate venue, but they haven't said where.
Yeah.
I know they had issues with the circus factory because they got refloored and they didn't want to rip the floor up. So I'd be intrigued. I'm very intrigued to see where they're going to end up.
Well, I will say one thing, right? I'm just going to put it out there, and this is me outside the box, right? But there's a place in Cork City called the Pavilion.
Yeah.
And guys, the Pavilion is like the equivalent of Royal Albert Hall in England. It's just a really beautiful venue with a big kind of circle arc where the roof is,
Mm-hmm.
And I know it so well, from DJing there many years ago. But I think if they could swing something with the Pavilion, and this is not me giving a hint, I just have a feeling.
My only thing with that is they just renovated it for €1 million. So I don't know what they want a ring in there.
They had a big.
Was that?
They had a big gig there the other night, so people dancing, a ring.
Oh yeah, that's fine. But a wrestler ring would damage your whole floor.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
potentially.
But they need to know it's RCW talking about that. We've been to the last few shows, we've seen how absolutely jointed.
Put it in one of the lads' back gardens or down the Lee somewhere. The sun is out.
Yeah. But even Billy, we spoke on the last interview, Matt, with Billy about Parky Queef doing something outdoors, So who knows? The July show might be outdoors. It might be the case that the Circus Factory could be the home of RCW moving forward. They might have a place. The Circus Factory was always busy. Always busy. And it's a bigger venue.
That was also the venue where Matt kept getting hit.
Yeah, I love Circus Factory.
Are we just gonna brush that off?
Yeah. And there's potential for the Marina Market.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's the big in the background of the Marina Market. Yeah.
So I
I'm
think
still stuck in bring damage up to the state.
yeah, the announcement, like imagine getting a big pizza in a Oak Fire Pizza, or getting something and moving next door into the wrestling. Do you know what I mean? That would be pretty epic. But I think the announcement, guys, will be either tomorrow. I think Billy's making an announcement tomorrow. So obviously we record a show on Monday.
Yeah.
And today's a bank holiday, so we get paid overtime for today. It's been a busy weekend. But RCW, guys, June 10th, this Saturday, live at the Kino Cork. Myself, Phil, and Matt will be there. And we want to thank RCW as always for looking after us. And look, we will have the interviews out ASAP. So do keep an eye. Also, speaking of interviews, guys, we will be joined by the Impact World Heavyweight Champion Steve Macklin tomorrow. So we will be recording that Tuesday, and that will go out during the week. I'll probably get it out, Tuesday night, Wednesday
Sure,
morning.
there is an impact. Just while we're on Impact, there is a special again this weekend.
Yeah. Do you want to give it a quick show, Phil?
Against all odds. It's weird because they only had one last week.
Yeah.
So they're kind of back on it again 2 weeks later, which is quite bizarre. I don't know if they're not built, and a lot of the matches are kind of, I don't want to say repetitive, but they're random. Is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Steve Macklin versus Alex Shelley is the main event, so it'll be good to get Macklin's thoughts on the match. I don't think they fought before, Shelley and Macklin either. I don't think so.
No, I don't think they have. Phil, what's your thoughts on Steve Macklin? Look, I know we have him on the show tomorrow, but what's your thoughts? He's the guy, yeah?
Yeah. Like I actually have something that I'd love to ask him actually about reinventing, because this man left WWE. His career was pretty much in the dumps. He was going nowhere. He came to Impact. His stock kept building, and now he surely is like one of the top heels in the world.
I agree.
It's incredible. Now he's just become this kind of like asshole that you want to hate.
Yeah, another MGF, like.
Yeah. But I'm actually excited to see him on the show, like, because he's done his dues, like he deserves where he is.
Yeah, look, we'll have plenty of questions for him as well. We can't ask the fans right now, I suppose, to send in questions, because this show will go Tuesday. So I'm going to put out Macklin Wednesday, but yeah, he's the man. He's the man, and he's it's going to be great to have him on.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Friday night should be a good. It should be a good show, but a lot of the matches are random. I know it's filler, but because next month then is the big one with Slammiversary, which should be a great show. That will be good.
Yeah. Next month's going to be crazy.
I mean, Impact has been so good to us, like for as long as the show's been going on, like, and it's kind of still upsetting to know that Impact is still underrated.
Yeah.
So like I'm still keeping up with Impact news myself, lads. And every time I watch a show, I'm like thinking to myself, I don't know why, but this is proper wrestling. I know I have to say it out there right now, but like I would say recommend anyone, please just watch an Impact show. It's just you're gonna have a good time. Like
exactly.
I think we're very open on the show. I have to admit, the last 2-3 weeks I've kind of fell behind. I don't know, is it just because of the good weather? It's just like, we've had 2 weeks there.
Plus as well, there hasn't, like, a lot of the news is always samey. Like, how many times can we hear about CM Punk? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can we talk about him? Like, come on, like there's more news came out now again about him over the weekend, which is kind of, we didn't talk about last week.
Yeah,
I'd like to get your thoughts on it, because I think it's, if it's true, it's Tony Khan's. I don't know. So apparently the rumor is CM Punk and Ace Steel are head of creative for the new show, which I'm not a fan of at all.
I don't believe that. I can't believe that. If with everything that CM Punk's been getting involved in, like we don't know what happened with the backstage incident. We know who got involved. We don't know the proper who started what, but that's still going to be hovering over CM Punk's head, like.
Yeah, also as well, like
Phil, would you trust CM Punk creatively?
In the right headspace, yes. But the problem with this is, if they ignore what happened last year, their company looks like a joke. Everybody knows. Like, I was watching something there yesterday of Vince Russo. Vince Russo was on about something. I like watching his videos. Well, he said that they should reenact what happened with a security camera. like do a reenactment of the whole thing through
That is
security.
such a Vince Russo
Oh
storyline.
no, but I think it's a very good. Like people need to be talking about this show, and they won't be talking about if CM Punk fights Samoa Joe. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
you're right. Like Punk makes a lot of noise. Ticket sales are up. You know what I mean? We know TNT AEW Collision is happening. Like Matt, like we know obviously Punk and fucking look, Punk is legendary. He's come back. He's been a bit of a prima donna. Big backstage argument, punches thrown, fucking dogs being bit, dogs biting back. Would you trust CM Punk to be in creative control of All Elite Wrestling? Can he make it better, or will it just go tits up?
To be honest, I honestly have no idea. Like, I personally, I never really witnessed what Punk is like with creative. Whereas, I mean, I know he's apparently the man that actually brought in the Shield, to WWE. Of course, it was meant to be Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Chris Hero, but they changed to Roman Reigns. But like, that's the only creative strategy I know. So with Punk, after that famous rant, is he gonna like push younger talent or people who's like wrestlers that actually will deserve it, prove themselves, or is he gonna just focus on like the older talent, like more like Chris Sherrick?
I don't know if it's like head of creative or just really creative input, but it's all the same. You know what I mean?
Well, if you look at creative input, right? You look at the stars in WWE.
Yeah.
And there's
Very
definitely
little.
there's definitely 3, 4, 5 that have that creative input. So let's just set the mark for him and All Elite. You know what I mean? Obviously, Jericho probably has creative input there, does he?
Well, I would think he'd be enough to say like this is bullshit. Like I'm not doing it. I think he's earned enough respect for that. It doesn't even have to be creative input. I think that's more of this is Chris Jericho wouldn't do this.
Does MGF have creative input?
Little things. I don't think it's any like I don't think he's to the point where he's changing finishes. Do you know what I mean?
But do you think? Yeah, sorry.
I know that MJF will have like creative input when it comes to promo work.
Yeah.
He even said
I don't think any wrestler should have creative input in finishing ending of matches.
But do you think all these wrestlers are yes men? They're all under contract. They all get paid. I suppose average wrestler and All Elite's probably on 200 grand a year, right? The top is probably on 3-4 million a year.
Yeah.
Do you think they're all yes men, or do you think it's fucking like we speak about the Impact locker room, and that's one thing we always hear. It's complete brotherhood, right? Yeah. Obviously, there's egos in All Elite and egos in WWE, right? There's a lot of big fish there. Do you think they're all yes men, or do you think it's the case of look, we look at Triple H first of all. Triple H isn't going to take shit. We know that.
Oh, yeah.
Does Tony Khan take the shit? We don't know.
I think Tony Khan is too much of a mark to take shit. I think Tony Khan is just he's just sometimes I just want to shake him like
Yeah.
Like yesterday.
Do you feel sorry for him, or is it a case of like
I think in a way yes, because like again he has all this money and he obviously he loves what he's doing and he's reasonably good, but someone was on about how we booked shows last week and I was like if he does that it's ridiculous. Yeah. He basically gets a sheet out and said this match tonight, this match tonight, and then that's it. Like he doesn't do anything else.
Right, we look at Tony Khan, right? So Matt and Phil, Tony Khan has probably pumped how much? Maybe 10, 20 million into All Elite, right?
Or
right, say 40 million, okay?
Yeah, it's 5 years. It's 5 years old. But the thing is, like, it's going to pay off if they get that Warner Brothers deal. So
well, yes, say they have the network deals already, right? With TNT and this and that, right? But how much has he made? How much has he lost, in your opinion?
Well, start off companies. I'd say he's lost half of what he's made. Like,
right. In agreement, Matt, that he's probably pumped 40 million into it, right? These wrestlers are all on contracts every year. He's probably pumped 40 million in. Has he made back the 40 million, or has he done 20 million?
Well, he will once the Warner Bros. Deal goes through. But no, he's down money at the moment.
I kind of feel like he's making less than the 20 million that he invested, because I think it's just simply because I feel like a lot of people is kind of tuning out from All Elite at the moment. Like, and we kind of explain why is because they kind of like to pump stories that no one really cared about. They pump like kind of like the same type of matches. They try and build that same build before. I mean, I said it last week, but Adam Cole's one of my favorite wrestlers at the moment. Chris Jericho is one of my favorite wrestlers at the time. And I do not give two shits about the rivalry anymore, lads.
Yeah.
That's just a thing
Yeah.
I want to say. It was like, maybe once I listen to the fans, but maybe take note what the true fans want. Like,
Yeah. Does Forbidden Door and All In save All Elite this year?
Well, it's a sellout, so that's a good sign. Also as well, it's going to have a match that everyone wants to see. Okada and Bryan Danielson.
I'm excited.
And Omega and Ospreay is a big match.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's huge. I'd have Kenny Omega lose, but like again, if it was me booking the show, Double or Nothing should have had Okada and Bryan in a fight. You know, like not just Daniel Bryanson showing up in a desert. I want to fight you.
yeah, and the promo was kind of.
It was good, but like come on, they literally are doing nothing on their show to promote a pay-per-view.
What's the viewership at the moment, Phil? It's 2. I think it's 2 million. Was it 2 million in America for Raw and SmackDown? Isn't it? No, for Raw and SmackDown.
SmackDown is actually at 2. Raw's slightly under.
What's All Elite? 500,000?
800,000. What's the
that good? Is that good or bad?
Bad, because they've been on 800,000 for the last year and a half, if not longer.
I just want to go back about Danielson versus Okada. I'm looking forward for that match. To be fair, when you messaged us about that, I'm gonna be like, oh, that's pretty cool. But then again, I just finished a half marathon, so then it took me time to adjust. I was like, oh, this is gonna be class. But I saw the announcement video, and I think once we saw Claudio and John Moxley saying, "There's one man who wants to be shown that he's the best wrestler in the world," I kind of roll my eyes and like, oh, it's obviously Danielson. If we were watching this live, we were like, it's Bryan Danielson. Just get to the point. If Danielson was actually there, you get a bigger reaction.
Yeah.
But just like him in the desert and doing this whole poetic thing, or the Rainmaker. You can't see rain in the desert. It was like, oh, that's a pretty cool poetic way, but still.
Tony Khan is booking like Ring of Honor in 2006, where they had 3 matches, no stories. The matches were brilliant, but at the end of the day, they meant nothing.
Right, question, right? Is Bryan Danielson of 2023 happier than the Daniel Bryan of say 2018?
That's a very good question.
I'm gonna have to flat out say, I was like, look, lads, I say this so many times. I love Bryan Danielson. He's actually my favorite wrestler of all time at the moment.
Yeah.
But I don't know why, but I'm just not really happy with his run in AEW. I mean, when I saw him come back, I was like, yes, the American Dragon. But now I'm just like seeing him in like random put together matches about like it's the same old like one wrestler comes out, Bryan Danielson, you're saying you're the best in the world. I am best in the world, bragging. At least when he was in WWE, he pretty much proves it, even with the least talented wrestlers. Like, and the WWE knows it. AEW, Tony Khan expects him to be the best wrestler in the world, but he's not having like A-list matches. So I'm holding on hope with his match with Okada. I'm hoping that he'll win that, at least to get more notoriety. But I'm just not happy with him in AEW. I prefer when he was in WWE, like, and of course, but I always prefer him his Ring of Honor.
Put Nigel McGuinness on commentary for that match, please.
Yeah, I agree. Nigel, listen up, bro. Get into that commentary box. We want to see you. That's beautiful, Phil.
That's the thing about Tony Khan, though. He just does these random matches that he thinks that people are going to love. Which I to be fair, that match will be very good, and there'll be nothing wrong with it. But he's just kind of like putting names down and going, okay, he's never fought him. Let's do this. I can only imagine who John Moxley and Claudio are going to fight.
Yeah. FTR.
I think they're involved with something else.
Oh yeah.
Who's the biggest tag team in New Japan right now? The New Japan area.
The United Empire are very good.
Yeah.
And the Bullet Club, they have no members now as well, so it's a new Bullet Club, which I always hated that new term, like Bullet Club.
I love Bullet Club. Actually, Bullet Club is like my introduction to New Japan properly, because the name actually really stuck. I always knew New Japan, but they really stuck to me. But seeing this new version of Bullet Club, I'm like,
But
Come on.
if I was
Yeah.
if I was booking Forbidden Door, and this would be a controversial move, I'd have Enzo and Cass team up.
I agree.
Yeah,
I'm all for that shit.
just to get people talking because they need to do something.
Yeah, I
How you
agree.
doing? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing. I've
Like,
actually got an Irish
they could
passport.
fight the New Japan team, you know. They could fight Jeff Cobb and one of the other lads. There's 4 of them, I think, in the faction. But I'd like.
I think
I love
said to
I
say
just-
we all
What's
see
that?
Enzo. We want to see Enzo More making his way to the Irish scene because he has an Irish passport, as Jerry said, and we got the WrestleSlam exclusive. He has an Irish passport, lads.
He does. I love him. Enzo's the man. Enzo, bro, where are you at? How you doing?
Yes.
Yeah, we need to see him back. We need to see him back.
I mean, if you don't like him, then we just got a couple laters, and maybe we got a couple
Yeah,
of
no,
matches.
Enzo is box office. Absolute box office. We need to see more of Enzo. So we have to reach out to Enzo. get
Like
him back
I'm
on the
not a huge fan of him, but the man gets people talking. Like at the end of the day, that should be what things are about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in agreement. Guys, we're switching on a quick. Yeah, we're switching going to quick. We're quickly going to switch. Yeah, we're quickly going to switch to the undisputed championship. Now, there's a new gold belt, a big gold belt. Phil Conley have they absolutely fucked up
No,
because
like,
now
it's fine.
they're saying there's no WWE championship.
Yeah, well, I think they're only doing that because of the 1,000 days. Like once all that's done, they booked themselves into a hole pretty much.
What do they do? What do they do in your opinion, right? So when Roman loses in 40 years, right? When we're really old,
Yeah.
do they go back to Universal Championship, WWE Championship, and World Heavyweight Championship? Do they have 3 belts? Is that a fair call?
No, they wouldn't. I don't think. I think three's too much. Definitely. I think they should only have one. I honestly think there should be just the one.
Roman 3 belts.
Matt, what you reckon, Matt? Are they going to get rid of Universal? Are they going to get rid of the WWE Championship? Seems like the World Heavyweight one's going to stay around anyway because Seth's got that.
Yeah, the World Heavyweight title is going to stick around, hopefully, for a good while. But when they said the Universal Championship, I was just thinking the same. I was like, are they actually going to get rid of the WWE Championship? Just because, just because there's something about that, that name. The WWE Championship has been around from the beginning of the WWF days.
Yeah.
So
They're trying to fool the fans into thinking that the Universal belt is there, but technically it's not, because they're just trying to get the 1,000-day thing to mean more, which is stupid.
I think it's gone. The Universal belt.
Oh yeah, it will be once Roman Reigns loses.
I'm just thinking, like, I know this is a big one on the internet and everyone's talking about, but if Cody Rhodes was to dethrone Roman Reigns and he was to bring back the big Eagle belt, I can see that he'll come out and he'll say, I am no longer the WWE Universal Championship champion. I am the WWE champion. And he brings out the big Eagle belt and it's just going to look right. He's bringing back the good old nostalgia. What can you say? Because I think everyone is pretty much sick of the big W at the moment.
Well, like, speaking of belts as well, there's new belts coming again. There's more new belts coming. There's Raw Women's. I think there's going to be a new Raw Women's and a new Raw and new SmackDown belt.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that the Raw belt is on SmackDown 6 weeks after the draft. Like, Jesus Christ.
Crazy.
Awful, yeah.
Crazy. Well, I'm quickly just going to go to WrestleInc.com, guys, for the latest headlines there, right? So, so Tony Schiavone expects very good summer for All Elite Wrestling with Wembley, All In and CM Punk return. New Japan announces the G1 Climax 33 lineup, including All Elite Wrestling star Eddie Kingston. WWE SummerSlam has sold nearly 97% capacity, over half of available tickets. Sting's decision to join All Elite Wrestling has shocked Eric Bischoff. So yet again, guys, we have to mention Eric Bischoff is coming to Cork and Dublin. Get your tickets via eventbrite.ie. And for the Cork people,
I'm not trying to sound smart, but how's that news now when Sting joined 3 years ago?
Well, sorry, I actually described that wrong. Sting's
Oh yeah,
decision.
no, I was like,
shocked.
what's he on about? It's like
It's shocked, yeah, it's shocked Eric Bischoff. He's on about it now rather
oh,
than
right,
once.
okay. No, it's just weird that he would be. It's strange.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
No, it's just
Yeah, the way I said it, they could have come across as you only heard the news now, but no.
Or you've been wearing those fucking glasses for long enough. It's getting to your head now, Jerry.
Yes, I'm sorry, guys. I'm human though. I'm fans. Please do not correct me. But anyway, Teddy Long on Hulk Hogan's health. Call Stone Cold retirement match a big tease. Backstage update on Andrade's All Elite Wrestling return. He's expected to be back very soon. And then obviously the Road Dogg talks about when the Hardcore Championship went downhill. Ace Steel knew Tiffany Stratton was special from the time she entered the Performance Center. And Conan claims All Elite Wrestling isn't selling out house shows because they're not stacked cards.
And
Phil,
then
you're going to agree with that one.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah.
So yeah, that's the news on WrestleInc.com.
There's also as well like WWE have signed a deal with Twitch, multi-partnership,
which is good.
I don't know what that means. Is that like they're controlling the wrestlers, or what?
Well, yeah.
Because if you remember that some of the wrestlers cannot have their own Twitch account because Vince McMahon is not like that. So maybe now they just like have a partnership with Twitch, so everyone can have their own Twitch account, like AJ Styles and whatnot.
Yeah. And like we know, obviously that really messed up Mandy Rose. Where is Mandy? I know Mandy. She's got a recent collab.
Wasn't she hanging out? Wasn't she hanging out with Valkyrie and a few others the other day?
Yeah. Does she come back? Does Triple H want to bring her back? If she comes back, guys, if she makes a return, so let's just say Money in the Bank, London, right, or SummerSlam, and say the main event's over via female, Raw Women's Championship. Match is over, and then there's a pop, and Mandy Rose comes out. Yeah. You're telling me she's not going to get a massive?
Oh yeah, it will be, like, without a doubt. Yeah,
it will be huge.
Yeah.
So they have to bring her back. Yeah. She's an absolute workhorse. You know what I mean? She was doing stuff on the side, which would be completely normal in this day and age, I'm sure. With the way things are gone, and she was obviously let go, and I want to see her back.
Yeah.
So I really want to see Mandy Rose back.
It'd be good. Yeah. Speaking of Money in the Bank, because you brought it up there a second ago,
yeah,
LA qualified, which means he's on his way. He's going to win. Come on.
Is he going to win? Yeah.
I hope he does. He's on fire.
Phil Conley, Matt Murphy. Why is everybody loving LA Knight at the moment? I know the reason why I love him, but why do you think everyone else
we can relate to him? Like, he's a normal guy and he's just fun. Like.
Yeah. And I think I decided to really like how, like, he's been around the independent scene. He's been around like all the wrestling companies before WWE, and now he finally, after 20 years actually being in the industry now, he's finally in WWE.
Like, people have to realize this man as well is in his 40s now.
Yeah. And that doesn't stop him from continuing to be one of the build up wrestling stars in WWE at the moment. Like, and just every time he's on the promo, it's literally just, I don't want to sound like a young fella, but like, he's literally fire.
I'm going to put you on the spot, lads, right?
Yeah.
Phil, what would you rate him out of 10 as a wrestler?
Do you know what? I'd put him as an 8. I think he's very solid and he never ever gets injured and he's very dependable.
Promo, what would you rate him at? Out of 10?
9, if he's done right.
Perfect. Matt, wrestler out of 10, what would you give him?
I would give him at least an 8 or a 7.5. But as promo work, I'm gonna have to say 9.5 out of 10.
Would you be shocked if he was a future WWE champion?
If I would be shocked if he was WWE champion, I would be shocked because I keep on saying that he's gonna be the Money in the Bank, but I'm always thinking he's gonna lose the Money in the Bank briefcase. But I would be shocked. But if he was booked right, if it was billed right, I could see him at least holding on to the title for at least a few months. But as long as they don't pull, a Miz on him, just have the title and to make someone else look good. I wanted I could see him winning the title, and like everyone says, oh, he's still in his 40s. So what? Just give him a chance with the title. Just let him breathe first. Let him be built up properly. Like,
Yeah, Phil, if he wins Money in the Bank, does he, and he keeps it without losing it, right? Does he cash in on an Intercontinental Championship, or do you reckon he goes after Seth or Roman via whoever is champion?
It's a very hard question. I think he should have it for a few months for sure. I'd love to see it beat Seth Rollins. Because people are convinced that Seth Rollins is going to defeat Reigns because he's the only guy he hasn't beaten.
No, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see like Reigns with Seth Rollins, winner takes all. I'd rather this, two titles on each brand, and it'd be much more better.
I think maybe Seth is the guy to beat Roman now.
It could be, like, again, if the story's right and it's good, I'll take anybody beating him. And
well, like, who else is there though? Like, we look at Cody. Cody had the shot like to beat Reigns, and it was narrowly very close. But like,
if you build them up, was there?
There's only 2 or 3 names in that mix, really, Phil, isn't there?
Well, if you build them up right, Austin Theory is good. But again, you have to stick with him. Bronson Reed is quite good. Again, build them up right. They're just not doing that, like.
Yeah, no, I agree. Speaking of yet again returns, let's talk Bray Wyatt's back again, guys, very soon
against Cody Rhodes again, which I'm not a fan of.
I mean, they can make that work with Cody Rhodes, just because if we all forget, like, Cody Rhodes was Bray Wyatt's rookie in the old shitey NXT days, if you remember. So maybe they just might bring that up. But that's the only storyline I can really think of.
Interesting. Yet again, guys, don't forget RCW is in Cork this Saturday, June 10th. It's going to be a massive show, and it's built to be the last show in the Kino due to change of management. But the lineup for RCW this Saturday is incredible. Lots of more OTT dates as well, guys. We'll have all the links on the Twitter page, the WrestleSlam Podcast on Twitter. So do follow us. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've noticed the subscribers have gone up a small bit more again, so people are listening and they are subscribing. So thank you to everyone that has subscribed. Yet again, our interview with Steve Macklin will be out this Wednesday night. This show will be out Tuesday night, and we will catch you all at RCW this Saturday. You will see us ringside in our usual seats, so make sure you come over, say hello. We'll be happy enough to chat. So yeah, from myself, Jerry Collin, from the one and only Phil Conley, and from the one and only and the record-breaking, history-making, 2-time marathon runner of the world, Matt Murphy. We'll catch you soon, guys, and thank you for tuning in this way to WrestleSlam Podcast, brought to you by Manscaped.com and the Macau Casino, Cork City. We'll catch you soon, guys. Adios.
Cowboy. Yippee-ki-yay.